All right. Good evening, Chicago time. This is 7:07 plus six. That should be how many hours in Nigeria? That should be I can't remember. 1 a.m. Past 1 a.m. in Nigeria. All right. So hope you are doing well. So I want to talk about something very important today. Um, it's about the question that I've been asked consistently by many people. Do I need a master's degree to do a PhD in the United States? So I will talk about this to talk about situation and in such situations or reveal or just elucidate more on situations where you might actually need it. Okay, so the question is, do I need a master's degree to do a PhD in the US? No, generally in many countries, you always need the procedure or the point, the milestones has usually been you have a BSc, then you get an MSc, then with your MSc degree, you get an application, you get admission for a PhD program, and then you go on like that. For example, in Nigeria, that's what happens. You can There's no school doing from BSc to PhD in Nigeria. When you go to Europe, most of the schools too, you see you have to have an MSc to be able to apply for the PhD. South Africa, same story. You need to have your MSc to do PhD. Even in Asia, many of the Asian countries, you need to have an MSc to do a PhD program. The exception for some places in like Singapore, for example, there is a program in Singapore. It's a sort of scholarship there, A-star scholarship. That's what they call it. They call it Singer Award too. Basically, you don't really need a master's degree to get that award in Singapore. You just need your BSc. It must be a very good BSc. I think they're looking for first class graduates and the like. Those are those that get the award. It's a scholarship, not necessarily directly to a school, to the school. And I think some of the schools there, even in Hong Kong, in some of the schools there, from what I've seen in the past, they accept just BSc for a PhD program if it's an exceptional result. Okay, now let's come to the United States. Do you need an MSc to do a PhD program? I will answer the question two ways. It can be a yes and it can be a no. So generally speaking, no. Okay, generally speaking, no, because for many of the programs in the US, a BSc is the requirement for the PhD admission for the PhD program. And in that situation, along the line, many people still get their MSc. Those who are interested still get their MSc certificate. However, now take note of the however, there are some schools and programs where for you to be able to get the chance to get in there, you actually need your MSc because of the load, because of the what's the word to use now? Because of the pressure of how much research experience is required. Many of them don't look towards, especially from Africa, they don't look towards those from Africa with just BSc. I'm speaking from experience, so and experience of other people, and that some specific departments. For example, my physics department, most of us who came in for the program have an MSc. Most, even some domestic students, so to speak. Okay, there is a bridge program in my department, for example, called there's a program called the bridge program. So it's for those underrepresented in code and then who come in, and then what they're actually doing is an MSc program. Okay, it is later when they have finish the 30 credit units and then they decide if they want to continue to PhD or not. So did not come in outrightly for a PhD program. It was like we call it a bridge program. It's an MSc program. Many schools too, they don't state it officially, okay, that you should have an MSc, even though officially it's BSc. If you have your research experience, if you have very good grade and your research experience is top notch, yes, it's very possible they take you in. Okay, but for many top schools to be able to get that experience that is needed, an MSc may be a good idea. So when I get questions from people, should I do um, an MSc in Nigeria, or should I just keep searching for schools and the like? My usual advice is that don't waste the time just waiting and hoping the schools accept you and the likes. Use that time, start doing your MSc program if that's what you can do. Okay, start doing your MSc program if that is what you can do. You don't have to keep waiting and just hoping that you get called up. Okay, 1 minute. And let me ask those who are watching this. The network has been not been so fine in this hotel where I am. It's been breaking. So I just want to know, comment in this comment section. Let me know how the network is doing. Is it breaking, or it's been constant? It's been normal. This hotel, I'm not going to come to this hotel again. I'm not recommending it for anyone of my folks who are coming here. But let me see your comment. Is this very stable, or it's breaking? I just want to confirm that. So the advice I would give to someone who is still in Nigeria or in Kenya or Ghana or wherever, for example, is that use that time, gain research experience with your, okay, not breaking. Good, thank you. Gain research experience. Do your masters while you are trying to make these applications. Let me give you examples of friends I know, okay, who are all around me. One of my friends who is also in physics, he was to do his masters in Nigeria. But at that time, he got a master's, got a school that gave him a master's uh, admission, and then he left Nigeria, left the master's program, came to the US, did masters, and when he graduated, he still applied to another school to be able to do a PhD program, and he started the same way someone with BSc will start. Okay, so in some specific program, that will be an advantage. Some schools, some top schools will not take you if you don't have some certain researchers. Remember, it's very competitive. It's very, very competitive. And of course, there will be some schools, because they are not really highly rated as much. The competition is not much. Because BS is a normal requirement. Don't get me wrong, that's normal requirement. And because the competition is not that much, the people applying to that school, they are not that much in quote. Then you just apply and then they get in. And I've seen a lot of people that same way. And some people who have had um experience, some schools have had, or some departments have had experience in the past about the turnout of students who came in with BSc. So these are some of the things they use to judge their application intakes and the likes. For example, chemistry in my school now, most of those who are there came in through BSc, just with their BSc. Even though I know a couple of folks there who had MSc when they came in, and it was easy for them to get in because they had an MSc already. They will be at the top of the pack. In fact, I have a friend who was already, I have not just one, not two, said those who are already doing their PhD program in Nigeria, that they left and then started a new PhD program here. So they already have the MSc, they were already doing PhD in Nigeria, but now they just started the PhD program in the US. And were able to put a lot of research experience and all those things in their application package. Okay, and in fact, they were one of the most sought after. They were at the top of the pack when the what do you call it now, when the when those admission committee will be choosing people. In fact, I have one of my friend is receiving a lot of money in the school where he is currently. Let me not mention his name out, but he's receiving a lot of money because he had that experience and he was able to bargain, because he told them, see, I have admission in some other schools. If you can't fund me, if you can't give me this certain amount of money that is enough for me to cater for my needs, my family, my blah blah blah, I won't come to your school. And they use the money to attract him. Okay, so don't get me wrong, BSc is a basic qualification, but one of the reasons many people who apply to top schools don't get in is because their BSc, which they have done, depending on where they have done it, did not prepare them enough, did not give them the enough research experience, the enough skills needed to be able to compete with other applicants. Okay, so that's one big reason why many people are failures getting into some of these top schools. There are some schools, however, in the US, yeah, the BSc thing works perfectly well. Yeah, a lot of people go there just with their BSc, and then along the way, there are schools that just give MSc. Okay, so that's one of the things people do. They get MSc in some schools, and from those schools they transfer to bigger schools. Okay, that's an option you can consider if you don't want to do your uh, MSc in Nigeria or Ghana or your country or India at all. Okay, now there are someone might say, what about Indians? So the advantage Indians have is this: in their curriculum, they have an option where they can do BSc with MSc together. Okay, where they can just do that program combined together, and then when they graduate, what they have is a BSc and an MSc. So when most of them apply to schools in the US, it's showing that they have done courses, advanced courses. Okay, they have done some advanced courses, there's some MSc work and the likes, and they've even done meaningful research. Okay, and that's why many of them have an advantage when they apply. But you just your BSc and you're applying to top schools with some of these guys, you really need to be very good, very good, very good. And let me announce here too. I announced this on Twitter. Uh, I'm sorry I didn't announce the first round here, where we paid application fee for three people. I've paid for two. This third person, I should pay for him just after this session. I should quickly pay for him. I've promised to pay it since. So there is a new round that'll be coming soon where we'll be paying application fee for three, four, or five people, depending on what resources say around that time. It will be around August, September. I'll make a proper announcement for it. And then for this one, I'll be looking through people's grades and the like, because these things are competitive, and I don't want the application fee to go to a waste. And then of course this will be for school, those who are applying to schools in Florida. This should be for those who are applying to schools in Florida, because schools in Florida are $30, so that will be able to make us do more. Um, we spent around $100 for the first one. Another $100 is on ground to use. I'll be adding some other things to it. There's an extra $10 that will be added to it. Most likely another $30 that will be added to it. So most likely we'll be able to pay five of so people for five or so people. Now, why did I even bring that to the discussion? Because um, these applications are very competitive. So if you're applying to, let's say, physics at Florida State University, PhD, with your 2-2, and you don't have special research experience, special skills, programming skills, and the like, um, I won't choose you to pay for your application fee, because I don't want to waste that money. I'm almost sure that there are a lot of people who will be more qualified than you who are applying to FSC, because it's one of the top schools in the US. But with that result, if you're applying to a school, now this is not to belittle any school, it's just to talk about that there are levels in some of these schools. It's like in Nigeria saying UI, and then I don't want to mention the name of the school so that some people will not get angry at me and say I'm discriminating in quote. But there are some schools that they are not, when it comes to ranking, they are not up to par. Oh, up to par is not the word. When it comes to ranking, this is a live video. When it comes to ranking, they are below certain schools. Okay, they don't have as much facilities, as much what's the word now, vested interest. They are searching for students. Let me use that word. They are hustling for students. They have they are trying to be recognized. They are searching. Many people outside US may not even know, except you have a friend who finished from that school, or a friend who is going there, or something like that. Okay, so for such schools, it may not be hard to get into those schools. It may not be hard to get into those schools. Okay, but there are some schools and some departments that it may be hard to get to with your just your BSc and limited research experience. Okay, and of course that's why I tell people when they apply to school, make a mix of the schools, mix it all around, mix it. Don't just apply to top schools, apply to middle range school, low ranking schools, and the likes. But again, if you don't have the opportunity of doing your masters in Nigeria, you can apply to US. Those who will take you for PhD, who say, oh, we receive PhD, apply to PhD program. Those who will say just MSc, that's just what they give out. There are schools like that. They just give out MSc. For example, physics department at GSU, Georgia Southern University, they don't have a PhD program. Okay. MSc is what you can apply for. Just apply for it. There are schools where they have PhD program, apply for it and just hope. But if you have the opportunity and time to do your MSc in Nigeria or in Ghana or whatever, try and do it. I think Ghana also have a situation where they do a straight MSc after BSc. I can't remember. But let me use Nigeria case study now. If you have the opportunity and the time, let's say you are still waiting, you don't know what to do, or you are trying to make those applications and you have the money, start doing your MSc. Okay, it doesn't hurt. Even you can even put it in your statement of purpose that you are currently in an MSc program, and then you'll be finishing on XYZ. Any professor seeing that will be interested, like, oh, that's interesting, that's nice. But remember, the the requirement is just a BSc, just a BSc. But sometimes the competition becomes so much that someone with limited research experience in a BSc program cannot compete. Ephraim, I see you. Oh, good morning. It's morning already in Nigeria. Yeah, good evening from this side. 7:23 p.m. here. This is not Eastern time. Is it Pacific time or something? I don't know. Yeah, I think. So you're asking a question. If you can get the application fee payment, yeah, just be ready when I make that that announcement. It will be in August slash September. We'll make it as open as fair as possible, and then it will be based on qualifications and what you really want to study. Really want to screen out the best in quotes that are most likely of getting at admission and most likely to get visa approved and the likes. I mean, you can use some factors. I'm not saying generally people cannot get approved. I'm just saying that there are some that you don't really need to do much work. What I'll just need to do is just work on your SOP and the like. When we get there, we'll cross the bridge when we get there. So Ephraim, just watch out. I'll be announcing mostly on Twitter. YouTube, I will try my best to announce on YouTube. YouTube folks seems to be the last ones to get any information I put out there. All right, Empire Capitals. If you can just go through this channel, you should be able to see my email. Just browse through the channel, you will see my email somewhere there. Okay, you'll see my email address somewhere there. So, what is the summary of what I've been saying? Is that yes, there are programs that only as that accept BSc as their requirement. I even mentioned there's some scholarships in Singapore, for example, the Singer Award, the Singer Award or A-Star Scholarship. That's what they call it. BSc is what they require, but extremely good BSc. That's what they want. Extremely good BSc, and with quality research experience. And then there are universities in Hong Kong. They accept BSc too. Some universities there, but again, if you have the opportunity of doing an MSc in your home country in Nigeria, try and do it. Okay, try and do it, especially while you are whiling away the time. It will always add to your advantage. It will add to your advantage. It will either help you to apply to a top ranking school in the US or helps you with the necessary research experience to get into your desired group or to get to negotiate funding, big funding. Some people are receiving a lot of funding in this USO. Not all students are equal in USO. Not all students are equal in USO. Not all students. All right, all right. So let me receive some questions now. Let me receive some questions. If you have any, it doesn't have to be based on this topic. That's one of the things I do on this live video. It doesn't have to be based on the topic I've spoken on. Just ask any question. Just ask any question. Yeah. So Ephraim, just wait. We will make the announcement and people will be able um to apply. I don't want to use the word apply because every time I make application stuffs on this online, yeah, it's usually hectic. Sorting through applications, they're not easy. Yeah, they're not easy. Okay, okay. So if no one is asking any question, I think it's a good time to end this session. Let me see. Who is this last person that is still waiting? Just say, say something. Let me know your name. Last person still waiting. Last person still waiting. What is the name? What is your name? Is he NASA? Is he Frame? Is he Empire Capitals? All right, Adeyemi. Okay, it's nice having you, Adeyemi. It's nice having you. Nice one, nice one, nice one. All right. Okay, Chidiaka, you're saying what's the best time to apply for PhDs? So many schools we open their applications in August. Okay. Many schools will open the application for fall 2025 in August. So all through August, September, October, December, that is when you want to apply. Some, of course, many schools still open till January, some till February, some till March. But it's good to submit all your applications by December. It's always very good, always very good to submit your application by December. It's a very good idea. So if you ask me about time to submit, December should be your deadline. First, for some schools, their deadline is in December, so you can't you can't do anything about it. Once it's past December, that's all. That's gone. So for some schools, their deadline is in December. So try and make sure you apply by December. Some schools make application free week in um, in October and the like. So, but target December by latest December. Target December by latest. So, Ephraim, you're saying you have second class upper in pure applied chemistry, okay? University of Jos MSc in applied analytical chemistry, second class of okay, and then you have three publications. That's a good profile. That's a good profile. How much is the application fee to Mississippi, to University of Mississippi? Publications are not a must, Chidakwa, but it's a good thing. Okay, it's a really good thing. So, Ephraim, how much is the application fee to Mississippi, University of Mississippi? Let's see. It's something. If it's something within our budget, then you definitely will be part of those we are considering. $60, or look for a school in Florida. Mm, you may pay that one yourself, but look for a school in Florida, and maybe choose with your profile. Try to apply to FSU, Florida State University. You have a good profile. Try to apply to Florida State University. Who knows? Maybe by next fall we'll be discussing in Tallahassee, and you tell me that we made the decision on the live stuff. So try to apply to Florida State University, and I will consider you strongly as one of those who should get the application fee paid for them. If you try to apply to Florida State University or any other school in Florida, yeah, Florida State University has a very good chemistry program, and a lot of Nigerians are there. They know Nigerians to be very good already, so you stand a very good chance. Yeah, yeah. But keep if you miss the announcements, it's not on me. So let me say that. So what I have said now is not binding. Okay. So just watch out for the announcement. It will most likely come on Twitter, but I will make the announcement sometimes in August. I'll make the announcement sometimes in August for those who want the application fee paid for. Sometimes in August. I mean, this is 20 something already, 2026. Today is 26 already, tomorrow is 27th. So maybe towards middle of August, that's in 2 weeks' time, I'll make the announcement. All right. And then people will be able um, to be able to apply, not apply in the real sense. It's I don't we'll do it in a way that not many people will apply. I have a way of making such announcements. I won't make it special. I'll just say, "Oh, are you interested in this?" Yeah. Uh, Chidakwa on LinkedIn. I'm not announcing on LinkedIn. I'm sorry. There will be a lot of people already from YouTube and Twitter. Of course, you can. you can participate. It doesn't have to be Nigerians. Physics has to be a Nigerian because I'm doing specially for physics. Uh, I'm doing specially for someone in physics who has a first class in physics, who has a good programming knowledge of programming language, who has a master's and applying to Florida State University. So I'm doing specially for that. I'm doing specially for that one. So I'll pay the application fee, review all the application materials and the likes, blah blah blah. Yeah, like I'm looking for those who will Nigerians who will continue some legacies here in the physics department at FSU. So one or two people will do that. Then others will be just any field, any field, any field. All right. So it's so nice to have you guys around. If there are no more questions, I think I can end this youth live session and rest. It's been a long day. Chicago made stressed me today. They made me stay in traffic for like 2 hours, journey of 40 minutes, and then I had to spend like 2 hours on the road. I didn't like it. It's been a long time I experienced traffic that way. It's been over 2 years that I experienced such a thing. That was in Atlanta. See all these big cities. All right. Thank you so much for joining in. God bless you. Really good. If you can share this video with those you think who will need it, once it ends, you can share it. People will be able to go through it again and again and again. So share with those who you think should see it. Do should they do MSc or not? I mean, some people really need to know. Some people think they don't need it at all because the basic requirement is a BSc. But again, that's not true. You might need it because things can get competitive. All right. God bless you guys. Have a nice time.